Hello, how many stocks do you keep in your watch list at any given day? Well, when it comes to a watch list, for 2025, I have about 78 stocks in my watch list, and I just kept trading from that list. We have a bigger list, about 300 or so of stocks, and at the end of they are large cap stocks, and at the end of 2024 going to 2025, I analyzed them and pick about 78 or so, 79 or so, to put in our 2025 watch list. And they are stocks that I was confident that I will be able to analyze within an hour every day. So in your watch list, you want to have a list with this strategy. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to talk about. So to have a list of stocks that you are going to trade from for the entire year, that is what you are going to build. The number of stocks you want to have in that list is totally entirely to you. And going into 2026, I like to have a bigger list than 79 because I plan of analyzing them during the weekend. Therefore, I will spend more time analyzing the stock. One second, going into 2026, I like to purchase stocks at the valley and sell it at the peak. That's what I did this year, and I noticed that having a bigger list, I will be able to find a good. It will be a good pool to constantly find stock almost every month or every 2 months or so. I can find stocks at the valley for me to buy. Does that make sense? That way I don't want the pool to be too short that I will not have stocks to buy because I pretty much purchase all of them. With this strategy that we are using and testing in 2025, we will be in the trade longer, for months, and some of them for years. So it is going into investment territory because some of them they just keep climbing up, take years to keep climbing up, and will take few years to climb down to that value we want to buy at. So therefore, I don't know how big our list is going to be for 2026 years yet, but for daily chart analysis, 70 or so is a good one. You just spend time to analyze one stock and see how long it took you to analyze that one stock, and see how much time you have available to allocate to swing trading chart analysis, to see, okay, if that's 1 hour and you spend 1 minute to analyze one stock, therefore you can have 60 stocks in your watch list to be able to analyze it within an hour a day. Or if that's weekend, you have only 1 hour to do it, then that's 60 you can have in that list. Does that make sense? So that is something like that. That is the way you approach it. But have the list, the bigger list that you filter to. There will be a good stocks in there for you to trade from. But then pick even a better one from that list to create your 2026 watch list, and at any given day it's going to be the same list that you are going to trade from. And from this list, the one that are highlighted are the one that we purchased already. So the one that are not highlighted are the one that are available to purchase, and we can see that even with 79 or 78 stocks, we still have a good amount of stocks that we have not purchased. It could be they are at the peak right now, or some of them are climbing down but they are not at the valley yet. And this is highlighted in blue because it might be close to the valley for us to buy. This is red because it's climbing down, it's getting close to the valley, but it's not there yet. And we can just go there. SYK. So SYK is around this valley line here, and at this point I don't know if I wanted to buy around that valley line, but seems to me that since it reached that peak at the beginning of this year and pulled back and didn't, do anything and came back again, I'm wondering if I wanted to buy it there or if it'll come back down to those 2 points. So, and we put a red to keep an eye on it. So those that are red on a daily basis, those that are highlighted a different color, will be the one that I will review quickly during the day to see if one is positioned for me to buy. Especially it's going to be the blue one, because the blue one means it's ready to purchase. This is doing something that I don't know if I want to buy it yet, but if we look at the blue one, you can see that it touched base before and start going up from it. So I'm just waiting to see a pullback and then get in, because there is a lot of green there, and those green bars just mean the price is going up. For instance, Friday the price went up. A green bar just means the price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the market's open. And when it's going straight green, and we are using daily chart here, so every single stick is a daily chart. So for a week on a row, it's just showing growth here. So it's bound to pull back a little bit. And when it pull back, I like to see how far it will pull back before I see a green again, and then I can just buy. And at the same time, we don't have money in the account yet, so it might get close to the end of the month and I can transfer some there and purchase it. That is another thing as well. With our long option and swing trading strategy, your money will be more in the stocks than it will be cash in your brokerage account. So therefore you will keep saving to put there and to keep trading. But that is pretty much what I have to say on that. And as always, like we have been doing it for the past few weeks, we are going to see what stocks we can add to our 2026 watch list. So when we come here, we have, we just did this one together, right? So let's go to its maximum monthly chart. So again, to pick stocks for your watch list, we are going to use maximum monthly chart to see the overall trend, and you are going to trace your value line passing by the V of the mountain, and this is going up. It pulled back to this and start going up from there, and I don't know if it's going to decide to come down here, but I like to buy some. If it comes back down, I might buy some. And I don't know if it's going to decide to come this low. So pretty much we are just going to trace those value lines, and it is a good stock. It has growth in it. If we end up paying a higher price for it, we just get stuck in it and stay negative there until it become positive again. That is how we know which lines are not the value, because you want to determine the value line passing by the bottom of the chart to see if it's uptrending, and look at the peak of the mountain to see if you have a higher peak. And that is how you pick those stocks to put in your watch list. And this met those two criteria. So yes, it's going to be in 2026 watch list. The next one is ROL. So ROL, let's see if we have some lines here we can trace. I just don't think it's going to come this low, because this is long enough. So this will be where we will want to buy it. We even have this one that is multiple years as well. We have the year on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from 0 up. So those dotted lines are years, and this is multiple years as well. So we have those two that we want to buy on, but right now it's going up. But clearly you can see that the bottom of those V are getting higher and higher. So we have an uptrend at the valley, and the peak is getting higher and higher. So we have a higher peak as well. Therefore, this is a yes to be in the watch list. It does reach a new peak every few years. So yes, it's going to be in the watch list for next year. The next one we can analyze is PWR. Okay, PWR, we have a line here that seems to be horizontal. We can continue it. And then we have this that is multiple years as well, and that is where we want to buy. Right now is going up, so therefore, yeah, there's not much to do, but you can see it has higher highs there, and the valley we do have higher lows as well. So right now it's claiming this supporting line, but we prefer to buy at this one. So this is a yes as well to add to the watch list. The next one is EME. So EME, let's see if we can trace some lines here. And this one is a little bit short. And let's see, can we find something else here? Yeah. Okay, I mean, if to trace in 2026, so we do see is having higher lows and it's having higher highs as well. So, and this year it reached a peak. So to trade it, we can select this value to be where we want to buy. And in case it does not come that low, we have this one that we can, that's what we selected this year to trade it at. And we can buy at that one or this one, whichever it decided to use. Right now it seems to be going down, so yes, it is a good one to add to the watch list for 2026. Another one is EMR. So EMR, we don't have any line here, and chances are we never traded before either. So let's trade some supporting lines here. Okay, seems to me that we can pick this one because it's a long one and keep touching it and came close. We can pick it to be our entry point here, but let's take a look at the peak. So we have higher lows now, but I had to say that when there is a recession, it can really dip. You have the pandemic here, we have 2028-9 here, so it can dip down quite a bit. But yes, every few years we are having a clear peak and so forth, and this year we have a peak there as well. So even though in 2024 it reached a peak, so yes, it's going to be added to the watch list as well. And where will we buy it? It will be at the valley, and this has multiple years, cross multiple years, and this one as well, whichever it chose to rest on before start going up again. So yeah, we are going to pick those with knowing that a recession can make it dip lower as well. So yeah, and since we have good chart for all of those already, it's going to be a criteria to pick 2026 out of this filter here. So we are going to be picking, short term, quality, okay. I'm not sure why I have this here. I might click on it to see what that is. And pretty much things that are positive, they are the ones that are making it to 2026 watch list. And now the blank one, now they know for sure. And that is, how we are narrowing down. And from that list, we can move it to another tab and see if that's too big of a list. We can reanalyze them again, taking note of the one that are best, the one that have best chart related to the strategy we are using, and go from there. And we'll probably have two lists, one for short-term investment. Those are stocks that could take years to accumulate profit, to keep claiming peaks before they pull back, and then have the one that's, you know, every year to every 2 years will reach a peak again and come back to the valley. Like this one, for instance, 2024, it reached a peak there and it came back down and reached a peak again in 2025. You know, some of them can reach a peak very quickly like that and pull back and go back again. So can have a list of those and have a list of the one that takes longer to climb up, or take years to climb up before they comes back to the valley again. So for the list we analyzed today, all of them made it. So they are great stocks to add to your watch list for 2026 if you want to buy at the valley and sell it at the peak. Simple strategy, great, you know, to buy it at a low price and sell it at a high price. Again, stocks that you can invest in long term, you can swing trade it along the way. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm thinking about offering a free online shop next Wednesday, and I'm going to see if I can take today to some hours today to post the listing on our website, and the 26th around 9 Central Time, and you know, we can see if we can gather together and pretty much watch you analyze stocks to put on your watch list. And the goal is to see if every single one of you that will attend it, I think I'm going to offer 10 seats to the online workshop, so that every one of you have time to analyze the stock, and I can just guide you through it to analyze the stock to see if the stocks is good to add it to your watch list. So it's good to come to that workshop with a selection of at least 5 stocks that you are interested in trading. It could be companies that you buy things from that you would like to invest in their stocks. You can come with, you know, 5 stocks to see if there are stocks that you can invest in, and I can just see you analyzing them to see if they are good. And if we have about 10 people in the group, you might find some stocks that are not in your list but are in one of the team members list that you might add it to your watch list when we determine that those stocks are great to, you know, to trade. And by the time we are done with that workshop, who knows, every single one of you might have about 50 stocks watch list. If every single one of those stocks end up being a great one, and from there we can, if we have time, we can, you know, see, we can analyze few, like now that is on your watch list, how should you be analyzing it to be ready to buy. Like when it's ready to buy, you can buy. So how we will be doing that analysis, so therefore we can work on those. So, and it's not going to be a pay workshop, it's going to be a free one in exchange to your feedback. So you are going to pay that workshop with your feedback to help us improve the workshop. And going into next year, I will be offering a paid online workshop, and I like to start with one free one in exchange with your feedback. So you are paying that workshop in terms of your feedback. That would be great if we can get your feedback to keep improving how we are sharing our knowledge with you. So, and I'm going to try to work on it and post that listing, and I will, for the next few days, I will keep bringing it up if I'm able to post that listing. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos, and we thank you very much for all your comments. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more of our swing trading tips or how to create your own swing trading watch list, please check the playlist in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com. We have a tote bag that we listed there. If you are interested in buying a tote bag, please check it out. Thank you so much for your time.